Hello everybody, my name is Rolo, and today we're reading more Reddit stories. So if that's your cup of tea, please do like and subscribe, and let's get into today's first story. Today's first story comes from the user Don't Know What to Do 121 with the title My 18 Female Deadbeat Sister 29 Female Ruined Halloween for My Nephew 10 Male. I'm not really sure where to start, so I'll just start with the background. My older sister has been pretty badly addicted to drugs for years. My parents care too much about her to cut her off, so they enable her and allow her, her boyfriend, and her 2 kids to live with us. I grew up helping my parents raise her kids because she refuses to. Since last Halloween, my nephew, John, has wanted very badly to be Link from Zelda for Halloween. John has been asking that a costume be bought since at least June. My older sister was supposed to provide a costume, but instead she and her boyfriend spent all of their last paycheck on meth. My parents aren't in a good financial position to buy him a costume, so John asked me to make a costume for him. I've made his costume for the past few Halloweens. I bought all the materials needed last night and began making his costume for a Halloween party at his school today. My older sister, now methed up, decided that she now has enough energy to be Supermom and wanted to make the costume instead. I knew she was going to ruin it, so I told her no and to go away. I spent many hours making the costume and finally went to bed with a good looking costume. When I woke up, the costume was not the same. What once looked like a Link costume was now unrecognizable and falling apart. She repainted, sloppily, all of the green and brown on the costume, and she decided to cut up the costume with scissors in places. No idea what the fuck she was thinking. I had no time to fix this, so John had to go to his Halloween party with a broken costume. He had to come home from school today early because his costume was so ruined that he was being made fun of constantly. He now says that he doesn't want to go trick-or-treating because the costume is so bad, and he's very upset over it. I know he blames me because he doesn't know that his mum wanted to make his costume too. I feel like there's nothing I can do. I'm super upset that his Halloween is essentially ruined because of my sister, and I really want to make this okay for him, but I'm not sure how. Advice? This is just really such a heartbreaking situation. I mean, everybody is failing John in this situation except OP. The parents who are enabling their daughter's drug addiction by not forcing her to go get help before they will actually, offer support other than looking after the children, because obviously they don't deserve to be punished for their parents' choices. But the fact that OP put all of that time and effort to fix a situation that her sister caused, not buying a costume, she had to go buy materials to make the costume, which is not easy, and then her sister took it upon herself to ruin what she'd done, to the point that her son went to school and got bullied, all because she selfishly puts her drug habits before her children. And the grandparents, OP's parents, enable that and causes it to be a cycle, and the only people who suffer are the children in this situation, and OP who has to witness everything that's going on and just deal with it because the parents won't. It's really heartbreaking, but let's see what the comments have to say. Chris PDX says, "You really want to help your nephew? Call CPS on his meth head parents and petition the state for custody of him." The same mistake comes in with a similar sentiment. "Can't you just call the cops on your sister when you know she has meth on her? I mean, it is a harsh lesson, but I'd do it if I found out my sister was doing meth." To which OP responds, "I can't really, because all that would happen is these kids would be taken away, and I wouldn't be able to get them back." Sinjos says, "I don't know everything about your situation, but can the police not get involved? I know it may hurt to get your sister arrested, but if she's as bad as you make it sound, then maybe you should, for both her health, your parents' health, and your nephew's health." To which OP says, "The kids will be taken by the state and I can't let that happen." The Galaxy's Hitchhiker responds saying, Preference is given to stable family members in appropriate environments before placing them with strangers. They are not going to just disappear. The state works pretty hard to keep children with relatives. Farts for Sale says, "Can you go to Walmart and buy a costume of Link?" Opie replies, "They're all sold out. Plus they cost like $40 and I don't have the money." Digital Chicken says, "You couldn't have hid the costume when she expressed interest in making it? Hope someone helps you remake it for him. Poor kid." Opie says, "She came into my room and took it." Opie on her sister and brother-in-law's parenting. It's not like they are being raised by meth heads. They barely even talk to the kids. They live in their room. They only come out to eat or smoke. "My parents and I have raised them." And one final commenter with a response from OP, "And yet the mother was somehow able to ruin Halloween. The kid isn't 3. He's going to remember this humiliating moment for the rest of his life. His environment is like a Lifetime channel cliche of how kids become angry and lash out at the world. John is happy, has lots of friends and a loving extended family. My parents love him and raise him like he's their own. That's not going to last long. Taking John out of this house and putting him in a foster care system would do more harm than good. Well then put your shitty sister in rehab or jail. I know she might be family, but she's gonna fuck his life up one way or another. Kids need a stable environment. He doesn't need a parent involved every few months. He needs her either coherent or gone." To which OP replies, "I am completely aware of this. I don't have any control. This isn't my fight. I am just trying to make sure that these kids that I love so much are well and happy." OP came in with the update after Halloween, saying, "Well, thanks to a wonderful Redditor," and links the user, "I had a brand new Link costume overnighted to us and it got here on time. John had a wonderful Halloween. With the Amazon box, I made him a shield. All of the neighborhood kids were so impressed. One house thought his costume was so cool, they gave him a king-sized Twix. He was so happy about that. He filled up his bag and had a great night. And he's still running around in the costume." Thank you to the many Redditors who reached out and offered help. There were so many, it would be impossible to list them all. Again, thank you to everyone. I never thought that the Reddit user base could be so kind. Now, although this update was very good, and I am extremely happy that John managed to get the Halloween that he wanted and quite frankly deserved after the fiasco that happened, it doesn't solve the bigger problem of his home life, OP's parents enabling his parents' behavior and quite frankly just neglect, which is a form of abuse. And it just felt very bittersweet to me because Halloween is fixed, but then the rest of it is not fixed, you know? And this story is actually from 2015, and I did try to check OP's profile, but it seems like it's inactive, so I couldn't find any information on if there's any updates or how the situation with John's parents got resolved. So unfortunately I feel like it's kind of an empty end to this story. But let's see what the commenters thought about OP's update. Sunflower Power says, "This is literally one of the best updates I've ever read on this sub. What a kind-hearted and lovely person who overnighted that costume. Such an amazing, generous and caring gesture. This gave me all the best feels today. Thanks, Reddit." Elena Fish, who sent OP the costume, responds, "I agree with what others have said. The costume is a band-aid and it's pretty trivial. But didn't we invent band-aids for a reason? I know I could use a band-aid from a perfect stranger once in a while too." LaserCat13 responds to that saying, "You're a good, kind person, Elena Fish. I only wish that there were more people like you in the world. Just knowing that you were able to save the day and overnight a Link costume to OP's nephew made me smile. Sadly, it's the children who suffer the most when their parents are addicts. And the system is flawed when it comes to getting those who need it treatment and support. Instead of encouragement to get better and stay healthy, Society shuns and ridicules those who have turned to drugs. We throw them in jail and then make it harder for them to find jobs or even medical treatment programs and support groups to stay clean. If these things were more readily available, perhaps OP's sister could find some help with getting clean and staying that way. I seriously hope for her nephew's sake that her sister is able to do so. I hope that one day she will wake up and realize that her son is more important than any drug could ever be. In the meantime, it sounds like OP is an awesome aunt and is doing everything she can to make sure that he has an awesome childhood. Keep up the good work, OP. You're amazing too. Elena Fish responds to that saying, "Thank you." Nods. It's a shame about OP's sister, but it's never too late. Hopefully she will receive the wake-up call she needs and get help soon. At the same time, for now, there's not much any one individual, including family members, can do to change her habit. But the community and family can come together to help OP's nephew enjoy his childhood. And one final comment from Elena Fish that says, "Thank you. I appreciate everyone's kind words. OP's story broke my heart, and I'm just really glad I was in the right place, right time to help solve a part of this complex and painful problem." Edit. Also, OP is a rock star. I'm not sure I've ever felt as happy as I just did upon seeing the photo of the costume, complete with the shield she made out of the costumes box. I wish someone as creative and thoughtful as OP could be a part of every kid's life. And that's the end of that story. What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments below, and let's move on to one more story. Our next story comes from the user vague username 133 with the title, "Quit with no notice, and now I'm being threatened with litigation if I don't get my work phone to them within 12 hours. Yep, like I said, quit with no notice, and I am now so beyond happy and relieved. I have an amazing new job that needed me right away. My now former workplace is a pit of toxicity and immaturity that deserves no respect, as they gave me none, and I did exactly what was right for me. I resigned today and got a call from the abusive and honestly probably mentally ill HR person a few hours later, demanding that I return my laptop and phone to them first thing in the morning tomorrow. Problem is, I work on the opposite side of the city and have an introductory drinks outing with my new team after work tomorrow. I offered to overnight the items in the mail, and I was told that if they are not back by tomorrow AM, despite this being impossible, then their attorneys will be involved. Part of me is loving this. They are actively horrible people, and HR has been bullying me all year, so I expected nothing less from them. However, I'm wondering if anyone out there thinks I'll actually be in big trouble, or no, if I overnight the items, which is unacceptable to them. Sending good energy to everyone out there dealing with this bullshit." One commenter says, "The corpse can go fuck themselves as they act like they own you. Tell them you sent them the phone in the mail and you get it when it arrives. And block their number from VM. They need to be brought back to Earth." OP responds, "I didn't think of blocking them. I'm doing that as soon as the damn thing is signed for. Thank you. Good idea." Another person says, "What a bunch of jackasses. If the company even has lawyers, they will blow through the cost of a phone and laptop in a day, and one would have to be utterly insane to waste money on terrorizing a former employee. Take the gear back anytime this week that is convenient for you, or, as you suggested, just ship it. Make sure you require a signature for delivery and that the package is insured for its value." OP replies, "This is what I was thinking too. I'm shipping that shit back. And yes, ASAP, with signature required, and then I cannot wait to never hear from them again as long as I live." Another person says, "Also, if they are crazy, do not let them know where you are working now." And OP replies, "Oh, I would never. I didn't even tell the one person I like or trust there. Not risking it. These people are unhinged and, unfortunately, powerful billionaires with their hands and money in Israel and all that shit." Not this loser HR guy though. He's a pathetic loser who works remotely and would threaten me via email every once in a while for various things. He literally refused every PTO request I ever had. In the convo we had about the phone bullshit, he berated me for not giving notice and said I was probably about to be terminated anyways because I'm sick all the time. Yes dude, I had to take time off to get tested for Crohn's and colitis because I was shitting blood at work. Wanna see evidence? Fucking losers. I'm not even mad. I laughed at him on the phone. I appreciate everyone's advice here. It made me feel less frantic. Another commenter says, when you were given the equipment, what did they tell you at the time was the policy regarding its return? To which OP says, nothing. There's no policy for anything. I read the handbook and it's written terribly with typos and parts that make no sense. Most policies are so vague there might as well not be one. And a final commenter says, I would wait for the lawyers to contact you. The first thing the lawyers will do is send you a letter. Once you get that letter, call them back and make arrangements to return the items. The lawyers will bill the company for sending out the letter. Make them pay for being so petty. OP comes in with the first update 2 days later. Hi! I got so many responses and such helpful info on my last post. Thanks everyone who responded and let me know that this guy didn't have a leg to stand on. Quick update is, I didn't return the phone and laptop same day as I literally couldn't, and had offered over 4 times to ship them back overnight with signature. For clarity, I even initiated that offer in my email telling him about my resignation. This unhinged HR guy said no, again, and sent me an official signed letter telling me I had to return the items to the location by November 18th, 2025. Lol. This update was December 18th, 2025, and OP's first post was December 16th, 2025, so I don't know how that would be possible. He also said he mailed a copy of the letter to me, which would be a moot point, even if he had gotten the date right, supposed to be today, December 18th, since the mail doesn't come that same fucking day. He said he texted me the PDF, but he texted it to the work phone that I have wiped and turned off according to his instructions. I responded and said it wasn't possible, and it literally wasn't possible to take it in person that day or the day before as he demanded. He said he will be taking legal action, to which I responded, please do connect me with your attorney so that we can wrap this up. Looking forward to hearing from them. He responded and said, you can go through me, LMAO. Finally, he conceded to sending a messenger to pick up my things, which should happen tomorrow if all goes smoothly, and knowing how stupid he is, it won't. His whole issue with me is that I know he's stupid, and he knows I know that he's stupid. I cannot wait to hand these things off to the messenger and confirm receipt and block him. Hope he gets a life soon. Happy holidays, everyone. And a couple comments before we move on to OP's second update. I posted in your other thread, please escalate this guy's legal threats to the higher ups at your previous company, or to in-house legal if this is a large company. If it's a small shitty business, they probably won't care. If this is a real company with actual legal, they absolutely will care about this. For all you know, he's been warned about this before, and you could end up providing him a real nice parting gift on your way out. OP replies, it's a small shitty company and he is the HR department. He said he's going to have them serve me papers. I said go for it. And one more person says, get something in writing from this courier to document transfer of possession. This HR guy sounds 99% like smoke, but always cover your ass. Update on the update. Afternoon. He's saying it is prohibited to send the items back in the mail due to sensitive info, and he's going to have his attorneys serve me papers. I said great, connect me, because I'm traveling and don't want them to have to chase me down. FYI, I didn't sign anything about equipment return whatsoever. Then, he refused to connect me. He said he would send a messenger again after I said I'm at work today and I don't have the things with me. I said I could return the items in person after the new year. No answer yet. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to withhold a paycheck due to this, and I am owed another week. I'm sure he'll try that next. God, I'm tired of his ass, and I'm not even trying to fuck with him at this point. And OP's final update, which came the next day. You guys are the best and have really eased my spirits about this whole thing. I actually did have a panic attack yesterday. I think all this bullshit got to me in the midst of starting a new job and trying to get packed to spend the holidays with my dysfunctional family. It's too much. After the HR loser said his lawyers will serve me papers, I offered to connect with them so they wouldn't have to chase me down while I'm traveling. Lol. He said they will be harder to deal with than dealing with him and said, I promise you that. Okay, big guy. I stuck to my guns and he said the items will now be considered misappropriated property. A quick Google says this is not the case whatsoever, as someone has to intentionally refuse to return or destroy items belonging to someone else. It's in writing about 7,000 times that I am trying to get these items back. One also has 30 days after receiving a letter requesting return to actually return the property. He sent me the letter, with return request date of November 18th, lol, this week. So I told him since mailing it is now out of the question and he never followed through on sending a messenger, I'll return the items when I'm back in the city first week of January. No response yet. This is actually feeling like harassment at this point. He's adding in things about me being disrespectful, etc., and I just want this to end. I won't respond to anything else until January. I did let this get to me a little this week, but that's the end of that. I hope I ruined his week. And that's the end of that saga so far. It is now January, so I will be looking out for an update in the future, but so far, it doesn't seem like there is one. But what did you guys think of this story? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And thank you so much for reading together with me today. And I will see you next time. Bye bye!